get out of a jam and then start the next inning, assuming that, say, in this case, Vasquez can give him 3 or 4. So you might burn a true reliever early in giving him more time, Vasquez.
Here's the 3-0 to Miller. That's a strike, 3-1. Vasquez was the guy who picked up for Brown in Game 3 at Fenway. He threw 96 pitches, got the win, and really settled the game down for the Yankees. Good work by Vasquez, who really suffered through a very poor second half of the season. 3-1. 2 on with 1 out. A hit and a walk. We've heard Joe Torre a number of times talk about this very situation. He had to do it last year with Mike Mussina, but if he can't avoid it, likes to keep a starter to begin an inning, as you talked about, Al. And now Kevin Brown is working his way into trouble here, where Vasquez may have to come in the second with men on base, and that would be less than ideal for Mel Stottlemyre and Joe Torre.
Well, you wonder about his decision making, because if you look back at Game 3, this is almost carbon copy. Kevin went 2 innings. He ended up giving up 4 runs, but not after some damage. And he did get out of the inning, and Vasquez started the 3rd.
It's 2 on 1 out here, and a hot hitter, and the number 9 hitter for the Red Sox, Orlando Cabrera, digs his way in.
Well, that little trip to the mound by Mel Stottlemyre bought time for Vasquez. And that was the only reason that Stottlemyre went out there.
Kevin Brown started this season 5-0. Went on the disabled list with a bad back and that intestinal parasite. Cabrera takes a strike. Then when he got off the disabled list, he made 7 starts until he broke his hand punching a wall in the clubhouse on September 3rd after a loss to Baltimore. He had pins inserted in that left hand. He came back on the 26th of September to start a game at Boston and lasted only 2/3 of an inning. 1 ball, 1 strike, and right now Kevin Brown is pitching to stay in this game. In his postseason career, Brown is 0-4 in his home ballpark. And he's bounced around in his big league life. Strike 2 on Cabrera, who's hit in every game of this series.
The Yankees have had a lot of success with Cabrera when they've gotten him out on breaking balls out of a strike zone away. It's a good time for that pitch right now. Nope.
2-2. Of all the guys we've seen come to the plate for the Red Sox, Al, I know you've questioned the pitch selection the Yankees have used with Cabrera more than any other hitter.
Well, maybe it's just because I faced him enough. I've seen him turn on as good a fastball as anybody can throw in Major League Baseball. And there were a couple instances, especially when the Yankee pitchers were ahead, where they tried to sneak a fastball by.
Now it's full.
This past year, his fastball numbers were batted .293, off speed .213. These are statistics that every pitching coach has. You go over a scouting report, you talk about it with your catcher. Numbers don't lie. He's batting nearly 300 on fastballs, .213 on off speed, particularly the bigger break with less velocity, more of the curveball break than the slider. You go with it.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Cabrera chops at the 3rd foul. Not only is Kevin Brown pitching on just 3 days rest, but his backup, Vasquez, is doing the same. Again, 96 pitches in Game 3 at Fenway.
I think the downside of sending the runners really remote right here. It's 3-2. I mean, most managers in baseball would send the runners right here. I mean, you have a contact hitter up. You have a pitcher that's struggling. You have a 2-run lead. Take more chances. I think if you don't send them, you're playing too conservative.
Runners don't go, and Cabrera pulls it foul. The Yankees defeated the Red Sox in the '99 ALCS in 5 games. Last year in 7 games. The Pedro game, winning it in the 11th on the Aaron Boone home run, and now the Red Sox, a year later, have a chance to beat the Yankees. Go on to their first World Series since 1986. They lead 2-0 in the second, have 2 on, 1 out. That'll load the bases. So now with the bases loaded, 1 out, and Damon coming up, that's going to be it for Brown. A nightmare start for Brown and the Yankees here in Game 7. New York has to go to Javier Vasquez out of the bullpen in the second. Joe Bam.
The all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee, with an interior that's quieter than a Jaguar S-Type 3.0. It's worth a look. The off-road legend continues on-road.
Red Sox World Series tickets.
$500.
I pay $4 grand.
My car, my truck, my computer,
2 months salary.
my entire savings account,
Anything.
My fish.
My dog.
my girlfriend.
My firstborn kid.
Really?
Seeing the Red Sox in the World Series, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Accepted wherever there's hope.
So, does anybody have anything else to add?
Actually, I do. I'm a member, KimberlyRhines at AOL.com, and I think that we could monitor kids' chat rooms and...
The Yankees went out and got Kevin Brown from the Dodgers for starts like these. In Game 3, he lasted 2 innings. Tonight, an inning and a third, and he leaves with the bases loaded. And hands it over to Javier Vasquez, another off-season acquisition from the Expos. And there are his numbers this postseason. Pitched well, not great, in Game 3 at Fenway. So here's a guy who has been a starter his entire big league career, getting another chance out of the bullpen and coming in already with his team down 2-0. Bases loaded, only 1 out, facing the top of the lineup for the Red Sox. Last year in Game 7, after Roger Clemens got into the 4th, it was the work of Mike Messina in the 4th inning that kept the Yankees in the ball game. A game they eventually came back and won. 3 in the 8th and the run in the 11th. Vasquez trying to do the same. Damon hits it in the air to right field. Sheffield back in the corner at the wall. A grand slam. Johnny Damon. Quiet all series, goes deep. 4 more runs and it's 6-0. For 29 in this series coming in to his first at bat. He's now 2 for 2 tonight, and there hasn't been a bigger swing for the Red Sox in a long, long time.
Johnny Damon looking inside, looking fastball, getting it, and popping it out of here. Vasquez missed with that pitch, but Damon didn't.
It's 6-0 Boston in the second.